And that was the thing I was thinking about when I went on my walk today was what is my personal rankings? So I'm going to grab a pen and paper and I'm going to write them down. And then I want to see how much it changes over the next 15 hours. All right. So my number one is Jason Lives. I think my number two is controversial, but I think it's part 5. I think New Beginning is my second favorite of these movies. The original, I think, is part 3. I think it's a solid part 3, rank 3 for me. So Friday the 13th. And I do like part 2 quite a bit as well. So we'll say that part 2 falls in to the 4th place category. And then the final Friday, part 4, is going to round out the top 5 right there. From that point on becomes the movies that I don't particularly enjoy watching. And number 6, I can't believe I'm writing this down, and this might dramatically change tonight. But right now, part 6, I got Jason Takes Manhattan. It's a bad movie, but it's a charmingly bad movie. And the same can be said about Jason Goes to Hell, which I would put in my number 7 slot. Gonna get a lot of detractors on this, but I'm going to put, so Jason 10, or Jason X, I'm putting at number 8. Number 9, I'm going to put down part 7, which I know a lot of people who love part 7. And then my absolute least favorite is Jason 3D, part 3D. So that's my rankings as of right now. I've got them written down. We'll see how I feel when this 15-hour endeavor is over. I figure out the most comfortable way for me to sit for the next 15 hours. Oh, no, not that. That wasn't it. We'll figure it out together, gang. It'll come together. I'm sure. There's part of me that wants to stretch. I'm a recliner guy. Let's see. Let's see how this goes. Dylan's saying stretch out and get comfy. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's it. That's the stuff. This feels great. I hate how it looks. I hate everything about it. Looking up at that screen in front of me and seeing myself, I feel like just in moving, I put on 50 pounds. I'm watching the numbers dip. Like, I can't look at this guy and his milky thighs. We got someone jumping on the stream just a little bit early, and I am just running on fumes. So let's introduce Dylan. Dylan's here.
Oh, hey, what's up, man?
There we go. The movie's back. Let me clarify. Captain K was like running on fumes already. You've got a long way to go. I was running on fumes on only having myself to talk to. Having someone to bounce thoughts off of makes it a lot smoother. But like for the last hour, it's been like when you watch a stand-up comedian and they're bombing and then they're just like, what else happened today? That's how
it was like our Christmas 365 stream when when we lost our guest and we're just like, what do you guys hate about Christmas?
Yeah, you know what though? But that worked out for us. I'm gonna throw this out there.
Yeah.
I think this is my favorite cast of people.
Dude, it's so good.
In the Friday the 13th franchise. Like, I know you love part 3, but like a lot of those people are really fucking obnoxious. Like Shelley.
Dude, Shelley sucks. And I was really waiting to get on here to defend myself. I am not like part 2 is probably, this one's probably my favorite of the franchise. Part 3 has a special place in my heart because I feel like with part 3, the people making it were finally like, yeah, we're gonna get real stupid. Like fuck. Yeah, and that's why we got like a disco theme and everything else. But it's amazing. I love it.
Well, like we're only 15 minutes into part 2, and I'm already looking at my rankings and being like, I think I'm gonna bump part 2 above the original.
Yeah.
Like it's a really good cast of kids. It moves real quick.
Yeah, already this movie not as boring as the first one.
Yeah. If you were in this scenario,
I need to grow it back out. Yeah,
would you be able to push forward and put on this dirty, disgusting dead person's?
Fuck yeah, Joey. Sorry. No, dude. No, not at all.
Yeah, I'd be dead.
I would have been the guy getting skewered with this girl.
Well, we all know that wouldn't have been me. If Jason could skewer someone while they were masturbating, that would probably be like Mike. Do you remember the BK Kids Club?
Like the Burger King Kids Club?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't it kind of fucked up that the guy in the wheelchair's name was Wheels? Like that's like really inappropriate.
Dude, I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I don't remember their names. Hold on.
Yeah, I remembered that.
Kids Club.
See, this is like the stuff I hate to say it like this, but like it's stuff like this that makes me not like part 3 that much. It's like,
oh my god.
So much.
It's the end of part 2 that I hate part 3. So do you like Silent Night, Deadly Night 2?
No, not at all.
Me neither. Good. Okay. All right. I thought because there are a lot of people out there that fucking adore that movie, and I don't.
It's a really funny 20-minute short film.
Like, yeah, I can't stand Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2 for the sheer fact that you're talking about right now.
Yeah, like it's like, dude, I get like that movie shot 15 minutes of footage and then had the actor do voiceovers talking to a therapist that's not there.
Yeah,
and that was the end of it. Okay, no, they jumped around. They didn't show the boom.
I love it. There we go. Crank that shit, bro.
Okay, this is pretty great.
Right?
So, this was at the time where a lot of movies were doing the 3D versions. What do you think was like the best one this 80s run?
This is the one.
I don't know about that. Oh.
The fucking eyeball. It's an eyeball.
It's an eyeball. God, I hate you so much, Shelly. Oh, Shelly. I feel okay. So we're gonna get deep. We're gonna get deep for a second.
Shelly's that kid who fucking sucks and then complains why no one likes him.
He is that, but even on a deeper level, I think I don't like Shelly because I see so much of myself in.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because Shelly is definitely that dude who's weird and he's got a fucked up sense of humor or whatever, but then he gets like so mad when other people aren't on board with his fucked up sense of humor and he has no social awareness to be like, you're being fucking awful right now. And yeah, that's me a lot of the time until very recently. So like, sorry. I hate Shelly the same way I hate seeing my reflection in the mirror when I get into the shower.
You're dumb. You're bad.
You're so ugly. Why?
Why? Why?
How lucky for
I'm
it
sweaty
that
just
two
watching.
Different actors who could juggle on set.
Do you think that's what they did in their audition?
Yeah, they're like, what can you do that would look good in 3D? And Shelly was like,
juggle.
Like, well, we already have a juggler, and he's like, I can also be obnoxious.
Shelly literally goes out with this girl, though. He had a real shot with this girl.
No, and then he blows it, and then he's like hanging out by the pier, like, why does no one like me?
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I've been there, Shelly.
Man, Shelly, I get it, bro.
Like a girl's like being nice, and you're like, can I see your boobs? And then she walks away, and you're like, why don't girls like nice guys?
He is such an incel. Oh my god.
And everyone gives him a pass because it's his hockey mask. It's like
that doesn't get you a pass. You provided the hockey mask to like a serial killer. That's the opposite of a pass. This never made sense to me either. They were like super stoked to have sex on this hammock.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have experience having sex on a hammock, but I can't imagine it's good. I feel like it's the same as like hot tub sex, where it's like theoretically you're like, this is going to be great. But like the reality is more, no, it's uncomfortable and awkward and a major distraction most of the time.
You're going to find a lot out about me on this, but hot tub sex ain't that bad. Shower sex is uncomfortable.
I can believe that.
Putting that out there.
I was thinking about that literally
Sorry,
the other day
Mom,
in my
if
shower.
You're listening in. Mom, if you're listening in, I apologize.
When I was in my shower just the other day, I was like, I couldn't fit. I am just the right size for this shower. So like, the idea of an additional person being in here, I would get no cleaning done.
I would get no cleaning done.
And again, all of the respect in the world to this beautiful blue Muppet. Shelley's kind of like the Great Gonzo, where like the Great Gonzo is like, I'm gonna eat this tire to the sound of Flight of the Bumblebee, and then like everyone boos him, and he's like, you don't understand art. Like,
Yeah,
that is Shelley
you're not
throughout the whole
wrong.
movie.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I do think that this is one of my least favorite Jason face looks.
Yeah, definitely. Why'd he cut his hair?
Yeah, in a day.
Yeah.
He was like, oh man, I gotta go incognito. They're looking for me. The fuzz is out to get me.
Let me cut my hair. That'll show. That's
Okay.
part 3, man.
All right.
Dude, you're in for you are in for a treat for part 4. Have you ever seen part 4?
I feel like as a kid, I watched them all when they were on like the USA Network,
Yeah.
and you know, I loved them, but I can't remember them really.
So they just leave his body there? Like,
Yeah. Well, he's dead. It's just people moving.
we don't need to worry about this anymore.
So we're getting the whole backstory. We're getting the canon here. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Is that what's happening?
Because this was advertised as the final Friday. This was
Right.
Jason was finally getting his at this one. He's just
Jeez. This guy,
you know, Crystal, sometimes you just
this
sit
guy's
down.
so horny for aerobics. This guy's fucked. That guy, that outfit alone, there's no way he's making it very long.
He's dressed like the kid who reluctantly wants to join that has to be convinced to join the hockey team that helps the underdogs win the big game. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he's the kid that the coach has to convince, like, listen, man, the friends you're hanging out with aren't your friends. You want a real friend? Join a sporting team like ours and you can really excel.
They're giving this guy a lot of credit here. He just looks like the asshole is going to be third person killed to me. These people are having a non-stop skinny dip. An all-day dip. That's usually something you do like at night, not all day long.
Yeah, middle of the day. You're right. This is a good call.
Oh, is this the dance scene?
Yeah, I think so. I think you're about to see Crispin Glover tear it up.
Wow.
I know. You wish that you had those moves.
Hey, how can we turn that off?
Because it's terrible. It's the worst song I've ever heard, Crispin Glover. Matt, I know you don't drink, would you have been able to resist joining in on this party in 1984?
I mean, I'd see those dance moves to the sweet sounds of Lion, and I'd probably be joining the party.
I'd have been partying harder than any of these people. I'd have been murdered so fast.
Just shotgun to Pepsi. You know how when you watch an action movie,
Jesus
or whatever-
Christ, he's still watching these fucking movies from like the 1920s.
Listen, he is a lonely man.
Cut his hands off. There we go. Cut it off.
Jason's just so easily tricked. Like, you throw on his mom's.
Who's he supposed to be?
He's supposed to look like little Jason.
Looks like Fester.
Yeah. No,
Cut his hands off. Cut his hands off. No! Cut his hands off.
Chris
cut
is really set on, like, if he doesn't have hands, he can't do anything.
Right. I mean, he can't do much. Oh, I'd have went for his hands, but no, don't hug. Dismember him. Don't leave anything to chance. Cut his hands off. Jeez. Let me write the movie next time.
I don't know why, but don't leave anything to chance might be my favorite.
Look, he should have cut his hands off.
There.
Yeah, you should be doing that.
So Dylan, I made a decision already today
Okay.
that I think Final Friday is moving into the number 3 slot.
Good.
Or Final Chapter is moving up to the number 3 slot, and I think Part 2 is staying at the number 4 slot, and I think that the original one is dropping down to number 5.
Okay. All right.
As of the rankings, 3D is still at the bottom. But
God, I don't get it.
Dylan,
Yeah.
I'm talking of the rankings of the 4 that I've watched so far.
Oh, okay.
I think that there's going to be things that happen around Part 7 that change that, but
this movie has the best characters in the franchise. I'm saying it now.
This woman and her son are just scene stealers.
Between those two, like Miguel Nunez, it's such a good cast. That's definitely the dude that plays David Arquette's dad in Ready to Rumble. 100%. I'm confirming that. I have to.
For a second.
I have such a crush on the blonde girl.
Is she the punky one? Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
such
the punky
a crush
one.
on her.
Yeah, she is the cutest one in this movie by a mile.
Definitely.
And also, much like Crispin Glover, who was the sexiest one in the previous film, sweet dance moves.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot it. Yeah, man, this movie's so good. So many brutal kills.
Yeah.
Dude, Roy's a maniac.
Yeah. Exactly. Like,
nothing suspicious here.
Yeah.
But this guy's about to ask her a question.
You did it. You nailed it. Yeah. 100%. So honestly, Roy is a more horrifying killer than Jason.
Yeah. Because like the road flare into the mouth, like I'm still thinking about that. That happened 30 minutes ago. The reason why he's in the porter potty, because like I said, there's way too many people taking dumps in the front. But he's literally in the bus or van or whatever, and he just goes, "Oh man, those damn enchiladas!" And he comes out of the van and runs to the nearby porter potty.
Yes.
And then his girlfriend gets kind of. I mean, I'm not saying that getting your throat slit is getting off easy,
but it's a tame death compared to the
but compared to I would take the throat slit over the fucking flare in my fucking
or the belt skull crushing,
yeah,
or even this.
Yeah.
I like his hair.
Yeah, the stutterer Jake. Yeah, man, Jake's styling. He's just got a stutter and no confidence. I feel like I could be described in such a way.
This movie fucking rules. Like, dude, it is so good.
It's a really good movie.
Like, Roy is so brutal.
And fuck everybody who's like, it's not Jason, so it's not good. Here she goes. She's dancing. Like all goth punk girls ever did. She's doing and she's not bad at it. That's like the embarrassing thing, I think. She's quite good.
She's pop and lock into Sisters of Mercy is what I'm gonna.
I would say I'm sorry.
Oh shit.
All right, back to the start. He's trying to nail this routine.
She goes for so long.
I mean, like, I don't know about you. I know you live alone. I live alone. There are definitely moments where I'm dancing in my house.
Oh, 100%.
But I feel like after about 10 seconds, I'm like, all right, knock that off. I have enough sense to stop myself and be like, this is ridiculous. This is not what you doing.
I don't want anyone to walk in on me doing this.
I've hit this certain point in my life where I have these weird thoughts, that really involving my death, but like, like I'll like get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, and like I'll just have this moment of like imagining the situation in which I turn around and like slip and smash my head against the side of the tub, and it's weeks until people find me. Like, oh no, something bad's happening, Dylan. Something. Oh
What's
no.
wrong?
Oh,
What's
no.
wrong?
Oh no.
What's
I don't like
wrong?
this. I don't like this at all.
Oh my god, dude! Holy shit!
He came in so quietly. You like any of this?
Hey, now would be a really good time for someone to really kill them, because then they'll just think it's a bit. So
he doesn't pop up enough. And it's like it's one thing if it's like you've got Pamela Voorhees just like showing herself right before she reveals that she's the killer, but you like understand that like, oh, this dead kid, like, okay, that makes sense.
yeah.
This one is just like, who's this again? Like Pamela Voorhees like has a monologue.
It's
You know what I
true.
mean? Like,
It's
she's
true.
like,
Who the fuck's this guy?
Yeah.
The guy that was in the movie for 5 seconds.
Yeah, like how are you supposed to extrapolate that is the paramedic? Can't wait to see Tommy as the new Jason. No way they kill that storyline.
Clearly, Tommy got the help he needed. Okay, I think this is a good segue to the stupidest thing we did at Camp Daniel Morgan. So
you mean the most fun?
We're there in the middle of the day, and there's the river or lake, a little bit of both. It's whatever, where Jason is killed at the end of the film, and across this lake is what looks like an island, and sitting like right next to us as we stand on the docks staring at this island is this tiny little dinghy. Like, it's not a canoe, it's not really a good boat.
It's also made entirely of incredibly heavy metal.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it was not like wood or anything. And I like look at Mary and like I look at Christina, and I know that I can convince one of them to do something stupid, and I'm like, we should go across to that island. And of course we get across to this island, and Christina does not come. She's like, I'm gonna stay here, just in case something stupid does happen.
To be fair, that's
And-
the dumber horror move because she's
True.
a person of one versus you two.
Well, someone also had to stay behind and just film this,
Fair.
the whole trip across
The
and the trip
dumbest
back.
horror move, I think, was us giving her the keys. So when she dies, it's like, well, we're all stranded. Cool.
We get to this island and we tie up the boat with like a branch. I'm like, I'm gonna put this branch in
We use that in my jacket.
away. I'm sure it'll stay here. And then again, we look at each other and we're like, well, I guess we should go hiking deeper into this island to see what's here.
My favorite part is when I saw something deeper in the woods and I go, oh, look at that, and take off. And I hear Joey in the same voice, I swear he's probably used with Lily, go, Mary, do not run off in the woods.
Can you please tell them what you saw in the woods that made you jauntily chase after?
I saw a half-burnt cabin and I was like, oh my God.
And we have found another dilapidated summer camp. We are already in a Jason movie at that moment. I was definitely terrified enough that when we started poking in the cabins and I heard a noise, I fled.
Up.
A curse on Crystal Lake.
So you could actually blame Matt for this because he told me that we were going to be streaming on Twitch today. And so I naturally assumed that this was going to be a hot tub stream. And so me and my co-host Morgan, we dressed appropriately. We wanted to make sure that we were ready for the hot tub stream.
Where's my hot tub?
I demand at least a blow up tub. I'm starting to think that a lot of these people on Twitch who I don't know you guys.
I think they just know what they like. The people of Twitch know. Do you got the donation button set up? We're upgrading this studio today.
I don't know how to install a donation button. I'm so lost. I'm like, I love my therapist.
Yeah, mine was first session. So
let me see. Okay, so that's not the right decision.
You mean a ratatata?
Yes, ratatatata.
And we are about halfway through the movie, and I think it would make sense if me and Morgan switched here, because this is her favorite part coming up.
Okay.
We've taken over. We have,
Finally, I've made it to the front seat.
we're officially crashing Matt Kelly's stream.
Kind of the hero of that con for a little bit.
You were.
Because I brought my own speaker system versus like the fucking practice bass amp that they had a single microphone plugged into. So like I ended up staying way later than I intended because you guys very nicely asked like, hey, can we borrow that speaker and soundboard? And I was like, yeah, let's do it.
You were the best because you just brought a sound system out just randomly. We didn't ask you to do that. You just did just to be safe. And they were like, oh yeah, they have a sound system, so we probably won't need it. And you were like, oh no, it's cool, it's totally fine. I'll bring it in just so we have it. And I'm like, oh, that seems like overkill, but whatever. And then we saw the bass amp, the little practice amp, and the one microphone, and there was 4 people standing around it that had to put on a show that day. Full noodle for the hot tub stream. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is our hot tub stream. We're live on Twitch.
I came prepared for the hot tub. I was thoroughly disappointed.
Kyle, you are coming live to the stream right now. Boom, buddy.
Whoa. I do want to say, so you did introduce me as have not seen this film, which is correct, but I do have the signed poster from the first time I met Kane Hodder, even though I never saw the movie. This is from that's from when I was like 15 years old, and I still haven't seen the movie. I'll tell you that I've seen 1 and 3 for sure, meaning I must have seen 2 somewhere, but I don't know. I've seen Freddy versus Jason, and I've seen the remake. Okay. I might have seen A New Blood once because I have the DVD, but I don't know. I truly don't know.
You're truly missing. Like you've literally just basically what you said is, I've seen the ones that aren't in Matt's top 3.
Yes. Yeah.
It's pretty much what it came down to. It's like an hour 45, which I think you can agree. No slasher movie ever needs to be an hour.
I might not have selected it if I knew that. No, I'm just kidding. This was the one.
I'm not sure if you caught that, but Jason
jammed
threw the rock into him, and it caused flames to explode out of his chest.
Yeah. He hit the spontaneous combustion button that we all have underneath our sternum.
Keep down. That's how it happens. It's all locked and loaded. It could happen to any of us. Just
it could happen to anybody. It could happen to anybody. It's just the right amount of pressure on the right spot. My wife's going to join us.
Nice.
Carly, I'm going to tell you right now, you can't hear what's going on in the movie, but you can at least hear Matt and I and yourself now talking and watch Matt described it perfectly so far. It's that it's a really boring movie except for the parts that aren't boring, which is literally all the movies that we get to watch and love to watch.
This is a great bit.
What? Stop it.
Jason being confused by an advertisement for hockey masks.
For the movie I've never seen until now.
Wow, what a poster.
What a beautiful way to see it for the first time, though, honestly.
This is awesome. It's sort of nonsensical. There's more red and green lights all together.
No, you looked like he was running through a Disneyland ride.
I mean, it's kind of like it's really magical because it's like when the pandemic first started and you were doing like Zoom watches with your friends, but we're just doing it very publicly.
Yes.
I'm definitely gonna have to log into Twitch and delete it immediately. Oh no, he's gonna be the Toxic Avenger.
I was just gonna say that.
Toxic Avenger crossover here.
Wow.
A bunch of punks hanging out listening to hip hop.
Yeah. Oh, and they stare as people run by in New York City. Oh shit.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yep. Grab your chain.
What? That dude's as skinny as me, and I would never pull a knife on anybody.
Yo, man, it's cool. It's cool, man. It's cool.
That's New York for you.
Hilarious.
That's just Manhattan,
Hilarious. Baby. Oh, God. What the fuck?
Okay. That's also Manhattan, baby. You put your cigarette out in the yolk of the eggs that somebody left and didn't eat their whole meal? Like, what the fuck?
So she just found a barrel of acid.
As you do.
And she slapped her flashlight on
the top of it.
On the top of it so that you could see it shake because clearly you just had to lift it.
Oh, shit.
And then she threw it.
So, that's not even how you open up, a can of paint. You don't just hit the top of it.
You could see it.
The fuck was?
What the hell is that? Why is he throwing up?
I guess because that's his trauma.
What?
Hold on a second. Turns him back into a small boy.
Oh boy. Where's the fire coming from?
Everything catches on fire in this movie.
Yeah, there's been a lot of fire.
They just left him down there.
Yeah, they were like, okay, goodbye.
Well, yeah, they have that weird sympathetic moment that you're supposed to feel because he got changed back into a child after a traumatic moment, and then they're just like, yeah, whatever. Like, but you tried to kill us, so see ya. Wow, that was
gorgeous.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I'm grateful to have been a part of it.
And it bounced. I feel like this movie, my thoughts on this movie ebb and flow every single time I watch it, to be fair. As I said before, USA would play the later Jason movies constantly on TV. So I feel like I literally watched Jason Takes Manhattan right into Jason Goes to Hell, like one random evening on TNT or USA. And like, not the best introductions to the franchise. Like the stuff in the unrated is eye-catchingly graphic. But oh my god, sorry, now I'm starting to feel the pain of the 12 hours is setting in a little bit.
I had a birthday recently. I hit 40. I hit my milestone birthday. So
you made it.
I made it. That was exciting. I didn't think they'd let me into 40. You know, they looked at all the toys in my room and they were like, "Are you sure?"
The one thing that I'll accept on that, and I hadn't really thought about it until I started doing this live stream, and Dylan was like, "Well, I never took the little boy jumping out as real. I took that as like her having a psychotic break, because the age of Jason in the sequel actually does make sense to like when he originally quote unquote drowned." So I'm like, all right, that makes sense to me in that case. There he is.
No, I'm entering the show.
Father of the Year, Stephen Bay.
No, that's lie.
The second
I placed third. I was bronze.
We are the third father on this live stream so far. So that's something you can't.
Well, that's what we all did during COVID.
Yeah, like that's like the shit where it's like I would absolutely lose my mind if I was walking through like the local Goodwill and like, okay, Titanic, a couple like hard shell Disney videos, and then just random unmarked blank VHS tape. I am picking up that unmarked blank VHS tape. It could be the Ring video. I'm totally like setting myself up to unleash some demonic spirit amongst us all. But like, I need to know what is the thing that they are putting on this shelf that no one knows what it is.
I mean, it could be, you know, like your parents' creepy porn video too. So you got to watch out. Okay, now this is clearly going to be Jason versus Freddy that we're watching, because that is the next movie, right? After the ending of Jason Goes to Hell. It has to be, right?
Yeah, no, that's the only logical step.
Yeah, naturally.
Wait, what is that about Toy Box? Oh, that's the facts. I was like, yo, if you're telling me that the Swedish dance band Toy Box provided the music in this movie, it is officially the greatest film.
No, silly. Toy Box is a Canadian special effects studio. Don't you know anything? So we went to everything, and we watched Jason X, Freddy vs. Jason, the remake, and everything like that. And this one was by far. Well, no, that's not. Freddy vs. Jason was probably the best. But I can tell you one thing. Here's Freddy vs. Jason. Here's Jason X in the theater. And here's the remake. Like, my brother left so mad. He kicked the seat in front of him. He's like, it was fucking boring. Kicked in front of him. I can cuss in this, right?
Yeah.
Good, because I'm drinking scotch. Okay. They did it on purpose because they didn't want to ruin. That's why they placed this in the future, because they didn't want to ruin the Goes to Hell to Freddy versus Jason. I mean, that's their excuse, but they had all kinds of stories, like Jason goes to LA to fight gangsters, which part of me wishes that one was done so we could have Scott on so he could just rail on it.
After sitting through all 10 of these movies, or I guess at this point 9.5 of them, my rankings ended up looking like this.
Okay.
Jason Lives stayed at number 1. Part 5 stayed at number 2. Part 4, the final chapter, bumped all the way up to 3. Bumped from 5 to 3.
So some Tom Savini love there.
Oh, yeah. Part 2 remained at number 4.
Wait, you put part 2 at 4?
Yeah.
Ooh, we got to have a discussion about Potato Sack.
We will. Part 1 dropped down to number 5 on my ranking. Manhattan chilled at number 6 for me. Part 3D actually jumped up from 10 to 7. Goes to Hell took one step down from 7 to 8. Part 7 is still sitting there at 9. I do not like it, and I think Jason X is gonna just live in the bottom for me.
I'm telling you what, right now, 7 and 8 can go in the bottom. I would rather watch Jason X any day of the week than those. Like, I can't stand the boring ass boat shit on 8. Oh, I feel like you guys bring me in. You're like, oh, this is a piece of shit. Where's Stephen Bay?
I resent that comment because I gave you 4 movies to choose
You
from.
gave me 4 pieces of crap. Now, at the time, I didn't know.
And you were like, I think Rumpelstiltskin's the one I would like to talk
You gave me a choice of 3.
We give you no choices. I say, hey, you're gonna watch the Garbage Pail Kids movie, and you're gonna like it because we're friends.
I
and you
do.
have to.
I actually have that behind me.
It's lovely when it's like 12:30 in the morning and you're just throwing trash into a bag that you're like, this will be tomorrow's problem. Let's see what you're holding up to that screen.
So I found this on my trash can in my alley, and I posted it on our Facebook page and everything. And I thought it was so ridiculous I had to save it. And then Chris R. C. Robinson, Purple Haze, whatever he wants to be called, he wants it, and he's gonna get it. I found a box big enough. I'm gonna mail it to him, and I'm gonna stick some other fun things in there too.
In defense of the Friday the 13th VHS tapes, and then I desperately need to end this live stream, is that they all have really interesting box art, I think. Look, I'm still standing by that is a whole separate live attention thing. Matt definitely received more attention than my son today. I appreciate that, Yank. All right. Well, guys, I did it. 15 straight hours. I got through 10 of them. I don't think I would have been able to get through 2 more. I don't think that would have happened tonight. But thank you so much, Jackie. You just like hung out for a whole second movie. So like loving it. All right. I'm going to bed. Good
Cheers.
night, everybody. Thanks. Go donate blood and bye.